The WWE Summer Spectacle is finally here. WWE is once again bringing fans a two-night SummerSlam this year, and the card is loaded from top to bottom with matches that could shake WWE right down to its very core. Well, at least that is what we are hoping for after that disastrous Raw this week. But one of the real positives about this year's card is that so many matches are completely unpredictable and could genuinely go either way. Join us right now as we break down every single winner and loser of SummerSlam 2026, covering both Night 1 and Night 2. And if you do not want to miss a single shocking prediction, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for daily wrestling content, and make sure you are following our brand new Facebook page too. Now let us kick things off with Night 1, as Bella Twins and Paige collide head-on with Fatal Influence. Nikki Bella has finally returned to WWE television, and her first match back throws her straight into a chaotic pairing with her twin sister and Paige against Fatal Influence. There have been whispers of a shocking Nikki heel turn for quite some time now, and it is entirely possible this exact match is where that betrayal finally happens. One of the most likely outcomes sees Fatal Influence picking up the win, which honestly they probably should. Then Nikki turns her back on Paige, possibly with her own twin sister helping seal that betrayal. We all know Triple H absolutely loves a slow, dragged-out storyline build, so it remains possible that Nikki's eventual heel turn gets stretched out even further before it finally lands. Ultimately, this should be one of the more predictable matches on the entire card this weekend. Our prediction: Fatal Influence defeats Bella Twins and Paige. Next up on the card is Liv Morgan against Io Sky for the world title. And can you actually believe it? After 100 days as women's champion, SummerSlam 2026 will mark Liv Morgan's very first title defense since WrestleMania. That is a shocking statistic, and it says a lot about what WWE truly thinks of the women's division right now. In theory, this should mean Morgan walks away retaining the title, since losing it in her very first defense would be a disastrous look. However, there has been a loud push from fans demanding WWE finally move in a new direction and crown Io Sky instead. But the outcome of this match likely hinges on the injury status of Stephanie Varer, who is expected to make her return sometime soon, with WWE reportedly still committed to a Varer versus Liv Morgan rivalry over the world title. Granted, WWE could still turn this into a non-title program instead. Yet non-title programs within the women's division are becoming rarer by the day. But our prediction stands: Luke Morgan retains the world title. See you at Survivor Series. Next up is Brock Lesnar versus Femi inside a brutal Hell in a Cell. This match type makes its dramatic comeback to WWE for the first time since 2024, and there could not be a better feud to justify such a punishing stipulation. The feud between Brock and Oba has been crafted masterfully, and this should serve as Feb's massive breakout moment before he seemingly captures the world title at WrestleMania next year in Saudi Arabia. Now, it is not entirely clear whether this marks Lesnar's true farewell match. When Lesnar faked retirement at WrestleMania, it was later reported he would actually be retiring at SummerSlam. Yet there has been absolutely zero mention of this on television. So this scenario seems unlikely unless plans suddenly shift. More than likely, Lesnar takes an extended break from television following this match before returning in time for WrestleMania season. Because let's be honest, he has got to collect that massive Saudi payday, right? As for his opponent in that eventual final match, all signs currently point toward Gunther. Yet plenty can still change between now and next April. But our prediction stands. Oberfei wins, making it 2-1 against Brock Lesnar. But Lesnar is not retiring just yet. Next up is Gunther versus Aldis is set to make his shocking WWE in-ring debut at SummerSlam against Gunther. And if the match goes well and Aldis somehow manages to turn back the clock, we can absolutely expect several more in-ring appearances down the line for the former TNA World Champion. There has also been plenty of confusion surrounding Aldis's current status as SmackDown GM. But based on what we have seen on television, it looks like Aldis returns to that authority role right after SummerSlam. Now, this feels like a fairly predictable outcome since Gunther will almost certainly win this one. It is also possible Gunther shows a rare moment of respect toward Aldis during the post-match angle. That is really it. I mean, at least we get to witness Nick Aldis stepping out of semi-retirement, but this really does feel like a foregone conclusion, right? WWE simply cannot afford to damage Gunther's momentum at this stage. So an Aldis victory just would not make any sense whatsoever. How exactly could a man freshly out of semi-retirement possibly defeat Gunther? But that remains our prediction. Gunther defeats Nick Aldis. Next up, we have the Bloodline taking on LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa. One widely shared opinion heading into SummerSlam is that WWE should absolutely avoid turning Solo Sikoa heel. Sikoa has been shockingly impressive as a babyface, arguably delivering the finest work of his entire career. WWE simply dragging him back into being just another Bloodline member completely erases all that powerful character development. And frankly, it would be a terrible decision all around. Now, if a heel turn is coming inside this match, then Royce Keys seems the most likely candidate to flip. That is unless WWE decides to go full chaos mode and turn LA Knight instead. But that move would honestly make very little sense too. LA Knight remains a massive merchandise seller, so turning him heel would be a genuinely damaging choice. There is still a lot of confusion baked into this entire feud, with fans unsure exactly who they are even supposed to support. And hopefully, this SummerSlam clash finally delivers the answers everyone desperately needs. But our prediction stands, the Bloodline picks up the win. And now we arrive at the explosive main event of Night 1 as CM Punk collides with Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Well, here we go. This match, originally rumored for WrestleMania, has now landed directly in the Night 1 main event slot at SummerSlam instead. WWE has genuinely done a phenomenal job building this entire story arc. And heading into Fight Night, there is a strong belief circulating that Rhodes could be the one turning heel. From a pure match quality standpoint, there is honestly no reason this cannot become one of the best matches of the entire year. Both men are proven big match performers. And if this match is given room to breathe, similar to Punk versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, we could witness an instant classic unfold. In fact, we will say it boldly right now. This could end up being one of the very best matches of 2026. But when it comes to that shocking heel turn, it increasingly looks like Rhodes is the one destined to snap. WWE has been quietly telling a story of Rhodes slipping into paranoia. So it is entirely possible Rhodes turns on Punk before Punk ever gets the chance to strike first. To let the match breathe fully, we cannot rule out that dramatic heel turn happening right after the bell. Punk could defeat Rhodes completely clean, only for Rhodes to viciously turn on him in a brutal post-match beatdown. This would be a genuinely shocking yet almost iconic way to slam the door shut on Night 1, a true WWE signature summer spectacle. But our final prediction for Night 1 stands firm. CM Punk retains the WWE title, while Cody Rhodes is the one who snaps and turns heel in the chaotic aftermath. But that wraps up Night 1. So what about Night 2? We kick things off there with Trick Williams battling Baron Corbin for the United States title. Baron Corbin has made his return to WWE and finds himself already thrust into a major title picture. Corbin now goes head-to-head with Trick Williams for the United States title. And if WWE genuinely wanted a quick, easy way to re-establish Corbin, capturing that US title would be exactly the shortcut to pull it off. However, watching Corbin defeat one of WWE's brightest rising stars might not sit well with the fan base at all. So WWE really needs to tread carefully if this is indeed the plan they are chasing. It is also entirely possible WWE is planning for Williams to eventually win the Money in the Bank contract come October. If that is true, they may want to shift Williams away from the mid-card picture entirely to set that up properly. More than likely, though, Williams walks away retaining the title, since WWE has clearly been positioning him as the future face of the company, and having him lose to Corbin at SummerSlam would feel completely counterproductive. Our prediction, Trick Williams retains the United States title. Next up, Finn Balor goes to war with Sami Zayn in a #1 contenders showdown. Fans have been desperately waiting years for Finn Balor to finally land another genuine main event push, and it honestly looks like that moment has arrived. Balor's presentation has dramatically improved since his move to SmackDown, and hopefully that momentum carries straight into SummerSlam. It remains entirely possible WWE hands Zayn the win here, building toward a future rematch between Zayn and CM Punk for the WWE title. However, WWE would be making a genuinely foolish mistake to waste all this red-hot momentum Balor currently has behind him. A Balor versus Punk showdown for the WWE title would make an outstanding main event for an upcoming Saturday night's main event special, or even a full-blown premium live event.
Since it practically writes itself, right? And even though a massive wave of fans are pushing hard for WWE to finally give Balor his title run, it simply is not happening just yet. Still, positioning him as the new #1 contender makes complete sense, and that is exactly our prediction. Finn Balor becomes the new #1 contender. Next up is the chaotic ladder match for the interim WWE Women's title. Due to Rhea Ripley's ongoing injury situation, WWE will be crowning a brand new interim champion at SummerSlam through a brutal ladder match. This announcement has honestly drawn heavy criticism from fans, since interim championships are frequently dismissed as pointless within professional wrestling circles. That said, 4 names have officially been confirmed for this ladder match so far, and each one deserves a closer breakdown of their real chances. First up is Jade Cargill. WWE has already delivered a Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley showdown across 2 premium live events this year already, and having Ripley return only to dive straight back into that exact same feud is not exactly the most thrilling option available. So right now, we are not placing Jade as the top favorite. In fact, she might genuinely be the least likely competitor to actually win this. Next up is Chelsea Green, who is absolutely the wild card of this entire match. Yet it seems likely Green is already positioned as a favorite to win the Women's Money in the Bank contract this October instead. So WWE may be saving her big win for an even bigger opportunity down the road. There is also Tiffany Stratton, currently in the middle of her own women's US title reign. And we know she was originally expected to defend that title on this very show. Stratton holding 2 championships simultaneously would honestly hurt the presentation of the US title altogether. So WWE may lean toward having a heel like Blake Monroe cost her any shot at becoming interim champion. And then of course there is Charlotte Flair. Flair is unquestionably the favorite heading into this weekend's match. A Flair versus Ripley showdown was heavily teased on television leading into SummerSlam, and this stands as the single biggest women's match the company can currently deliver. So we have to place her as the clear favorite of this entire match, and our prediction lands firmly on her becoming the new interim champion. Next up is Dragon Lee taking on Dominik Mysterio in a bizarre money on a pole match. Seriously, before we even dive into this shocking entry, what on earth has WWE actually done to Dominik Mysterio at this point? This is a man who defeated John Cena on his very last ever premium live event, and now he is stuck in a bizarre money on a pole match. This man is honestly represented far better in AAA. In WWE, he has genuinely become a joke at this stage, but Dragon Lee currently remains unbeaten inside WWE, and nothing looks likely to change that anytime soon. In fact, I believe he sits somewhere around 17 wins and 0 losses. WWE clearly still holds Mysterio in decent regard, yet he has fallen shockingly far down the card since defeating Cena on that premium live event last year. So we honestly cannot see him winning this one at all. Our prediction, Dragon Lee wins, and then he gets monies on a pole. Next up is Penta facing off against Chad Gable for the Intercontinental title. Penta's reign as Intercontinental Champion has been genuinely outstanding from start to finish. His reign has nearly reached the same iconic heights as Gunther's legendary run, packed with countless successful defenses, proving to WWE he could easily thrive as a main event level star. But SummerSlam feels like the perfect stage to finally end this reign, with Chad Gable capturing the title being exactly the right call here. If this match is given proper time, and both men are allowed to truly shine, this could genuinely become the match of the entire night. Our prediction, Chad Gable wins the Intercontinental title. Now it is finally time for the explosive main event of Night 2, as Roman Reigns collides with Seth Rollins in a world title showdown. There are honestly 2 very different directions WWE could take this main event between Reigns and Rollins at SummerSlam. They could deliver a completely clean match with a clean finish. This would beautifully close out their legendary rivalry, and both men could deliver yet another instant classic for the fans. One thing I am genuinely hoping for is Seth Rollins trolling Roman Reigns with another surprise Shield entrance. That would honestly be the ultimate icing on the cake, right? But WWE could instead build this match entirely around the new and existing Bloodline storyline. That path carries major risk, since this is being treated as the true final chapter. And if WWE lets the entire roster interfere, does that really deliver the right closure this story arc deserves? Names like The Rock and Solo Sikoa have already been rumored to show up during the match. Honestly, we are hoping both Reigns and Rollins push hard to keep outside names away from this match, so they can deliver something truly special on their own. The natural, expected conclusion here is Reigns picking up the win. Reigns has genuinely never defeated Rollins clean via pinfall at a premium live event, and the story certainly does not have to end, even if Rollins walks away with the win instead. One distinct possibility is that both men embrace after the match before finally going their separate ways, honoring all the respect built between them as former teammates. WWE could even send Rollins over to SmackDown entirely, protecting the integrity of this feud, so the two never have to cross paths again. As for what comes next for Reigns, other rumored options include LA Knight and Solo Sikoa, and depending on The Rock's current status, the head of the table appears to be heading straight toward a future collision with Femi at next year's WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. But our final prediction for Night 2 stands firm. Roman Reigns retains the world title. And there you have it, folks. Every single winner and loser across SummerSlam Night 1 and Night 2. Drop your own shocking predictions down below, and I will absolutely see you next time with even more explosive wrestling content.